What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I'm working on some February readings for all the signs. I'm on the sign of Aquarius, so we'll see what's up in Aqua's world. I will leave my link to my website below, as well as my email if you'd like to contact me for personal readings. And then check one of the videos that I posted today, because I'm having a Valentine's Day special for $33 for one of my love readings. That's usually $45 until the end of the month. So, interested, let me know. The messages for Aquarius, and now to the end of the month. So this says patience. Divine timing, because the angel has the clock around her neck. And I think that there's some changes that are taking place, but they're kind of too subtle for you to notice at this point. Or maybe someone else. You've Goddess of the Moon. Yeah, you can't really see the things that are going on, or you're kind of unaware. You have attachment, you have cornucopia, and you have woman holding a heart in reverse. I feel like some of you guys are dealing with someone who maybe didn't have the greatest of intentions for you or your heart, but you were kind of blinded by maybe the attraction or the attachment that you had to this person. But I feel like the universe is trying to tell you that once you're able to see things a little bit more clearly, when your third eye is aligned, releasing this attachment that you have to whatever maybe outcome. You have the cornucopia, where this is getting everything that you desire. You know, money, happiness. There's a hell of a lot of food on this table. I think that some of you guys should be eating apples, and I see pumpkin, apples, and corn. But it's like the blue, no, not blue, maybe blue, and grapes in this picture. So if that's of significance, that's a few of your chakras that might be a little bit off. I think you're afraid. You might have an attachment to fear because of something you went through. Because the last person that you kind of thought that you would be with forever, or whatever the case may be, you were blinded by it, and you just kind of got hurt. So part of you thinks that the same thing is going to happen, but I think that the universe is telling you to have patience with yourself more than anything. That you kind of been through a lot of shit, but don't kind of overwhelm yourself with not being able to do all the things that you normally would have done, because you guys are going through a pretty big shift, which I feel like you're trying to run from, or someone's trying to run from. Or maybe this involves you kind of going on a trip or moving somewhere. Just kind of getting out of the house and walking around, or going to do something instead of... some of you guys have something that you need to say to someone as well. Like, you know, you could say that maybe you'd rather just be friends with them, you'll always be here for them, that kind of thing. You have the Death card at the bottom, so it's there again, this transformation that's going on. Present situation, past influences. It's holding you back. Something you can't control. The advice on what to do. Achievable outcome, or the best way forward. Fighting a new beginning, because it's like in your head, but not really taking the steps to do anything. The present situation is the Two of Cups. So this is a connection with someone, a lot of attraction. Whether it's just physical or it's deeper than that, I feel like it is a little bit. Could be a partnership. Maybe something about this connection is triggering one that you had lost in the past, something that you regret in the past. I feel like it's a really big trigger for you. And it's bringing about change. And it's important for you to stay strong and take control of this and have a little bit more confidence in yourself. 2 of Cups followed by the Temperance card. So I think that you guys are balancing yourselves out. You know, you're balancing your emotions, maybe your chakras. Maybe balance is needed in this connection, so maybe it won't scare you. The 9 of Swords for the past influences with the Empress card in reverse. And then you have the Page of Pentacles with the 4 of Cups for what's holding you back. When it comes to a partnership or something, you guys need to kind of have an equal give and take if this is what you want. The past influences, there was clearly a lot of anxiety. There was a lot of not sleeping. Could have been some depression. Maybe something didn't really get off the ground, but whoever this woman is, she's fine. If that's worrying you, if you're worried about someone, they're okay. You're going through a necessary transition in your life right now where you're not going to be in this stage of mental conflict for a long time. Then you have the 3 of Cups. So maybe just knowing that you're supported, knowing that, you know, there might have been a victory that you had recently, but it wasn't in the way that you wanted it to go. But in this transformation, I feel like you guys are outgrowing some old behaviors. For instance, you have the Death card with the Empress and the Page of Cups. 4 of Wands could have been a relationship, but it just seems like it's more about ego, like sex and drugs and alcohol and 3 people. Maybe there was an open relationship or something of that nature. I do see a new opportunity. But you're gonna need to walk away from any old feelings of, I think you're trying to walk away from whatever heavy feelings that you have. What's holding you back? The Page of Pentacles with the 4 of Cups in reverse. So you're not really sitting here thinking about it. There's actually an opportunity that might pass you by because the Page of Pentacles is kind of yet to make a move. It's like they know what they want to do and they're looking at something, but they're also like trying to hide their feelings or something along that line. Because it's like maybe you're nervous. There's a lot of anxiety around this because I think like you feel like this person might be moving away from you, and I feel like they are, but at the same time, this is about you taking action. So you're doing, maybe it's taking it slow when it comes to having emotions with someone or talking about them, or I don't know. There's some kind of unexpected thing here. It could be a gift. And when I lay the cards down, there's a ship coming in, not going away. And maybe you know that this is something that's getting closer to you now and it's making you nervous. But you just standing here and like watching it without really acting on it and resisting whatever kind of change this would bring to your life is the main reason you have all this anxiety. I feel like our greatest glory consists not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. That's not my quote, by the way. It just sounds nice. You know what you want to do. There were some pretty heavy feelings. Maybe you're afraid of what this will bring because you don't know. Maybe it's weird for you to be in this position because it's kind of like something you've been waiting for. Something you can't control is the King of Wands and the Lovers card. So the King of Wands is this entrepreneur, this authoritative, like charming kind of player energy, gets a lot of attention type. Then you have the Lovers. But the kicker about the Lovers card is the angel in the background is that you're being guided into a certain destination, in a direction. And I think that it's easier for you to be in this energy where you get all the attention, people come to you, you make the move. You kind of say you don't want to make a move because maybe there's just a lot of bitches, but at the same time, or a lot of dudes, whoever you are, vice versa. Someone from your past wants to come back and make things right with you too, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Things are gonna be guided. I feel like this push that you're receiving is the angels trying to bring you together with someone, and it's kind of changing how you would normally do things, and you are kind of kicking and screaming going through this rite of passage, or going through this transition, because it's not something that you really want. It's like you do but you don't, and it's really conflicting. What is the advice and what to do? You have the Five of Pentacles with the Knights of Pentacles. The advice is to leave a situation or whatever situation you just left. Even maybe it's a job, maybe it's a house, maybe it's a place that drains you because of how hostile the environment is. And this might be spiritually even. Whatever you just walked away from or you lost is going to put you on your path, like something that you've always wanted to do. Whether it's in nature, whether it's something that you wanted to do as a child, you've kind of always had this idea. You've kind of always wanted to bring this forward, and I think that this is coming about. It's just really slow moving. So don't be paranoid about money, because whatever you just lost is going to be replaced by something better. The achievable outcome and what to work towards. You have the Five of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Fool card, and the Judgment. So I think you're fighting. It could be fighting with another person. There could be other people involved, period. But at the same time, you're fighting with yourself. There's something where it's almost like you're fighting with yourself, because you're going through a transformation where there isn't really no going back to whatever you were. A spiritual awakening. There's no stopping in the middle and going back all of a sudden, like, wait, uncle, you know what I mean? It doesn't really work that way. But it's like a part of you feels like there's a lot going on, maybe just in life in general. Then you have the Moon card in reverse. Either in meditation or your dreams, things are going to be revealed to you more about this situation, because I think that there's someone around you that you're not seeing something. You're not noticing what kind of chaos they're kind of bringing into your life, kind of on purpose. King of Cups, Page of Cups could be a child. Someone who reminds you of yourself, how they don't talk about anything and are driven by their own thoughts. And I think that you guys are very like-minded, but they also might be causing some drama. Or just kind of unsure of their feelings because they have these impulses just like you did, or someone is afraid to have feelings because of how vulnerable they would feel. But taking a deeper look into this, it's time to make a decision about what it is that you want to do. This is the completion. This is a decision. This is something very spiritual that you're embarking on now, and I feel like you're ready, but at the same time, there's something in your life that isn't really on your path anymore, and you're not really sure how to tell this person or this place. And Five of Cups in reverse, maybe you didn't notice a connection that you had. Maybe you're making a decision to go towards love instead of drama. Maybe there's some person that realizes you're their soulmate as well, even though maybe things didn't work out before, but they want to try to make this work. But in the end, the decision's up to you. And some of you guys are going to make the choice to stay single and talk to a lot of different people. And some of you guys are ready to talk about, building things on a solid foundation, but at the same time be mindful of how you're speaking to people when they're not really sure why it is that you are so abrasive with your words, which maybe you're not trying to be. It's almost like it just comes out of your mouth and people take it wrong all the time, and it's not really what you're trying to do. Maybe you're just having a hard time explaining yourself to someone because you guys don't know each other. It could be even your own kids who take you the wrong way, or like they're not really sure about how you feel about them or a situation, because you're very guarded and you kind of do things your own way. But at the same time, now that you guys are healing, there's going to be some new opportunities coming in where it's like stuck energy in a way, but at the same time, what you want. You've already had clarity about this, and what you're going through right now is something that is in the end going to cause other things to be eliminated, and a decision made, about maybe a lot of different people, something with a child again, maybe just immature energy, maybe trying things again with someone from your past, and working on a relationship with this person, and investing your time and energy into this spiritual connection, even though it's really intense, I think. And as long as the energies stay balanced between you two, and communication probably needs some work, I think it'll be okay. But balance is needed to make this work. Otherwise, it's going to be conflict, and it's not even really intentional. It's just misunderstandings about who is going to give and take. Like, is this something where both of you guys are working on this, or is it one person and the other one isn't? If it's not balanced, it's not going to end well. And I think that's what you're afraid of, even though you'd like to think like things are going to be okay. I think the jury's still out on whatever decision this is that you need to make about something, and someone feels like giving up. There is a need to release old stuck energy, whether it's you or this person. You do have a vision. Maybe you need to create a vision board, but you also need to kind of travel to do whatever this is that you want to do, and pay attention to your dreams, because that's when things are revealed to you. You have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And you have children. Your love life is being affected by children. You have trust. Situation is calling for you to have faith. You have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Excuse me. And then you have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, and retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world, like you and this person taking some time out to have a conversation and maybe spend some time together, or take the kids somewhere or something along that lines. Maybe as a whole, because I do see a reconciliation here for some of you with the soulmates, and this is like a relationship that you want to work on, but I don't think that you've had the chance to have this conversation with this person. And maybe you guys have more than one soulmate, but there was a wedding here for somebody. This person didn't exactly show you or, you know, tell you how they felt. And I think that it's important for you to know that you deserve the highest level of love, but you're going to need to make the effort, because great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. You know, it's safe for you to love. It's okay. I think that maybe you and this person just need to spend some time, like go on a trip, or and for the people that were married or still are and going to work out the marriage, forgiving and learning is needed for this situation. And I think that if you guys are in separation, it's also needed because of whatever energy is around this. But I do see them trying to come back and work this out. So that's all I have for you, Aquarius. Good night.